Hi Mason families, Happy New Year. Welcome back. I wanted to give you some insights, and I'm sorry to be bringing another COVID update to you, but that's a reality that we're in. So I thought it would be helpful for people to hear from us and to just get some insights to what we're seeing. First of all, there's some really encouraging news, and that is when I was on the phone with experts, you know I'm on the phone with experts and doctors constantly around the region, and this morning I was on another call, and some of the things that I was hearing were very encouraging, and that is that the new variant is having a less effect or impact in terms of symptoms on most people, and especially people who are vaccinated. And so I'll tell you, I hate needles. I don't know if you know that about me, but it's something I hate. But I got vaccinated, and it was very helpful. And then I got my booster, and I even had a breakthrough case after having my booster over the winter break, and I had symptoms for about a day and a half to 2 days. And I was very lucky because those symptoms were very minor, which matches everything the doctors are telling us right now. So we're really fortunate because if you look back 1 year, we didn't have vaccinations. We didn't have access to all the things that we know today and all the treatments that are in place. So we're so fortunate. I also heard some news that was also concerning, and it's news that you've probably heard as well, is that 9 out of 10 people in the hospital that are in the hospital for COVID are not vaccinated. And that's a real fact, that's a data point. And so we want to continue to encourage you to take advantage of the access that we do have here in our community. I also want to remind you that as we come back, we're watching our data closely. And you can see already that over the break, lots of people, you probably know people now that have had COVID or going through and having COVID now. And that is just a natural thing that's happening everywhere. That's across the country. We have not seen major outbreaks within our school. However, we know it's out there. We know it's going through our community. So I want to remind us of some of the strategies we do have. Number one, we have masks. We have hand sanitizer. We clean our classrooms and our schools to make sure that they're as safe as possible for our kids. And I want to just thank the folks that, if you have kids in preschool through 6th grade, when we recommended masking coming back in the second semester, we have seen such a great response. We are somewhere between 85 and 90% of our students wearing masks in preschool through 6th grade because they understand that it's one way to just slow down the possible spread of COVID-19. So it looks very similar to what it looked like the first semester in our elementary school. But you know what? In our 7 through 12, it looks very similar to what it looked like in our first semester as well. And that's about 30% mask wearing. So I want to just hit pause for a second. I want to remind us that this is a strategy. And it's a strategy, it's not the end all, and I get that. And there's been a lot of research out there showing that cloth masks are not as effective, but the 3-ply masks are to slowing things down. And so here's what I want to encourage us to do. If you have kids that are in 7th through 12th grade, and trust me, I have one in middle school and one in high school, and I know this is a battle, but I want to encourage you to have the conversation with them about wearing a mask for the next couple weeks, because I believe that this is one strategy that can slow down the spread. Some people might say, well, just mandate the mask, and I have heard that. I want to just give you some insight to what that means. Some people think it's just as simple as mandating something. It's not that simple. When I go into the whole phase of mandating or requiring something instead of requesting, we then have to monitor, police, and discipline for that. And that is difficult on a staff that is tapped out. Our staff is tired. Our administrators are tired. They are covering classrooms every day and not able to even get to their normal leadership rhythm of work. We are behind. Our staffing is at a critical point right now because it is something that's spreading everywhere. So I'm asking you to just help us, to partner as a community. Let's just use some good common sense together and say, hey, if this could slow things down for just a couple weeks, let's slow things down so that we can keep in school. Remember, our main goal is continuity of education, keeping each other together in our schools, and that includes our staffing. So because our staffing is at a lower level, we are seeing that we're trying to get subs everywhere to cover our classrooms. Well, there aren't subs out there. And so we have uncovered classrooms, and we're having to put classrooms into other settings just to make sure that we have safe coverage. Our bus drivers, it's another thing that we are considering. Can we run all of our bus routes? So these are real conversations that we are having inside Mason City Schools. one of the strategies that we're trying, at least with our subs, is we're going to go back to premium pay starting on Monday to hopefully attract more subs to come to Mason City Schools. So if you've considered subbing, or you know someone else that's considered subbing, please encourage them to help us out. We need help to continue to stay in school together. So again, just want to remind you, encourage your kids. Continue to mask up Mason, help us slow down the spread, give us some grace and patience as we continue to do our best, just as we have for the last 2 years, of keeping our kids in school and continuing to navigate. And hopefully, I'm encouraged by the words I'm hearing from doctors, we are moving closer and closer to the endemic in looking at the next phase of this for our community. At the end of the day, we're a community. We can do this together, caring for each other, being patient with each other, no matter what our views are, and doing that well. We are Mason, and Mason is a place that we love to be, and we're here purposefully. So let's be purposeful about how we treat each other as well.